Hi, today we're going to make some abstract art using 2D shapes and primary colors. We have lots of plastic shapes that we use in math, and today we're going to trace them and use them in art. So, in your tray on your table, you've got lots of different shapes. We're going to use a black marker to trace around each one. Everybody say push down and draw around. Push down and draw around. So I'm going to push down with one hand on that shape, and then I'm going to use my marker to draw around it, and I want to keep my lines nice and straight. I want to make sure I show each corner on that shape, and then when I need to go up that other side, I'm going to have to move my hand over so I can get up the other side. So I'm doing push down and draw around. That was a little bit curvy, but that's okay. It's a pretty good looking rectangle. Everybody say rectangle. And I'm going to start to overlap. That means one part of my shape might cover up part of the other shape. I'm going to push down and draw around. And make sure I show all three sides and all three corners of this triangle. Everybody say triangle. Remember, we share by taking turns, and we use one at a time. That's how we share. And I want to continue to overlap a little bit. That means one shape covers up part of the other shape. Everybody say overlap. Means to cover it up. So I push down and draw around. This square, I want to show all four corners and all four sides of this square. Everybody say square. Now let me get a tricky shape. I'm going to draw my hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides and 6 corners. I'm going to push down and draw around to trace my hexagon. I want to show all 6 sides and all 6 corners of my hexagon, and I'm going to let it overlap my other shape. Everybody say hexagon. 6 sides and 6 corners. I have shapes of all different sizes. This is one we all know. What is this shape? That's right, it's a circle. I'm going to push down and draw around. Don't let it move. Don't let it wiggle. All right, there's my big circle. It looks like the sun. Oh, I have another tricky shape. What's that shape with 6 sides and 6 corners? That's right, a hexagon. 6 sides and 6 corners. I'm going to push down and draw around. Remember, one at a time. That's how we share. I want to make sure these overlap some of the other shapes. That means they cover up. I'm going to push down and draw around with my triangle. Once I have filled up my paper with 2D flat shapes, these two-dimensional flat shapes are going to fill my paper. Then I'm going to use only 3 colors to color them all. Red, yellow, and blue. That's the family of colors called the primary colors. Everyone say primary colors. Red, yellow, blue. Say primary colors. Red, yellow, blue. Push down and draw around. This looks really good. Okay, now I'm ready to color my shapes the primary colors. Red, yellow, blue. But every time I get to a line, I'm going to change colors. So I might start with red on this triangle that's overlapping this rectangle. But when I get to that line, I'm going to change colors. I'm going to skip over here, and I'm going to color this little end of the triangle that sticks into the rectangle. I'm trying not to touch the black marker because if I touch the black marker, it's going to start pulling into my red section. So I just want to skip around and do some different places that are going to be red. And I'm going to do a big part of this triangle right here, red. When I color soft and neatly, and I don't leave any white spaces. Everybody say, I color soft and neatly. I don't leave any white spaces. Awesome. So I'm going to put my red back. Remember, I one at a time. That's how I share. So now I'm going to get out a blue, and I want to color some parts of these shapes blue. Not the whole shape. Every time I get to a line, I'm going to switch colors. With markers, these markers have a cone-shaped tip. So if you lean it to the side and use the flat part of the cone, you can color very, very evenly, or you can use the tip to draw. So that's why our marker has a cone on it. So you have the tip to draw and the side of the cone to color. Lots of artists use 2D shapes like this to help them start a piece of art and plan it out and divide their space. Soft and neatly. That's how I color. I don't leave any white spaces. I try to stay inside the lines. So after I use my blue for a few minutes, I'm going to trade it back into the box, and I'm going to get a different color. I'm going to get yellow. And with the yellow, I'm going to be very careful not to touch my black lines with the yellow marker. Soft and neatly. That's how I color. I don't leave any white spaces. I stay inside the lines. With a big marker like this, I try to use the side. See, that's what happens if you touch the black line. It starts to pull the black marker out into the yellow space too. Soft and neatly. That's how I color. I don't leave any white spaces. I stay inside the lines. I take one marker at a time. That's how I share. When I get to a line, I change my color. Soft and neatly. That's how I color. I don't leave any white spaces. When I get to a line, I change my color. I can't wait to see how your 2D shape art turns out.